case that come at me, I'm gonna bring it to you. You officially my employee of the month.
If Tommy wouldn't have showed up,
Me and you would be on top. When you just stepped over me.
it was unanimous.
Marquez is coming for us. I need you motherfuckers to strap up.
Maybe we should look harder at Tommy leaving.
It's been handled.
I'm gonna have so much fun killing you.
What's up, ugly-ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. You know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly friends. On today's video, we'll be covering Power Book 4 Force, and this is the episode 7 recap. Now, this was a damn good episode, as we all know that have watched it. And it is getting better and better so far by the episodes. Things are really turning up. And for those of y'all that's new to my channel, this is not the typical recap that you probably used to seeing at UglyAzNiggas Niggas. It is the UglyAzzNiggaHTV recap. Those of y'all that have been rocking me for a while, you already know what it is. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this thing, people. So, we start things off with your girl, Stacy Marks. So Stacy was basically sitting in her office, whatever the hell she was doing, I don't know, man. Next thing you know, the FBI or police or whatever you want to call it, bust in, and they told her she was under the arrest for the murder, for conspiracy, and basically covering up the murder of Claudia Flynn or some shit like that. And of course, her husband Bobby was also there. And now, when I first seen this, I already knew absolutely this wasn't really happening. It was a dream, and indeed it was. She woke up out of the nightmare, and of course, she is now really starting to, let this corruption thing that she has going on with Tommy gets the best of her. But next, we get Tommy and Shanti. Basically, they're having a moment where they're having some success moving the product out of the Viagra triangle. And basically, Shanti was letting them know, man, Lisa glad mama ain't gonna be a problem. Their little hoochies just want to make up money, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And Tommy, of course, was happy to hear it. But while they were in the middle of that, they both received a text message, and it was from Diamond saying, ugly ass meeting in 15 minutes or something like that. It was how many? I think it was 15 minutes. But that's kind of crazy because that's a very short, time span. Like, what if somebody is across town? Like, there's no way you can tell somebody. And y'all correct me if it wasn't 15 minutes, because I'm just saying, this is crazy. Even if it was an hour, I think it's crazy. If you live in LA, you know that there's no way you can just say meeting in an hour out of nowhere. And then if they don't make it, oh well. That's bullshit, because LA, especially during the daytime, if it's around 4, 5, 6, shit, in the mornings, if it's around 7, 8, 9, you cooked. If you got to go all the way across the other side of the town, bro, you ain't making it that damn meeting because traffic ain't gonna let you. It's crazy. But anyway, they ended up receiving the meeting, and Shanti decided she was going to opt out and asked Tommy to, basically keep her in the loop of what they talked about. And next, right when Tommy was getting ready to head out, I'm glad Peter hit him up, was like, we got a problem. Need to meet now. So Tommy went ahead and headed out to his little ugly ass, and that's when he informed him, ugly ass Irish people came in and just tore up the bar because you didn't deliver. You said that we was gonna have this and it was yours to give. He was like, hold on, ugly ass nigga, I don't know what's going on, but look, I'll take care of it. Hold your horses, little ugly ass nigga. So Tommy, was trying to let him know, hold on, I got you, little man. Next, we get back to your girl, Stacey. She is doing a press conference. This is good for her campaign. And she's letting them know, yes, this was a big fish we got with the, when we solved the murder of Claudia Flynn with the UglyAzzNiggaHTV dude, and that let this be a message to all niggas that the city of Chicago will not stand for hideous activity. And when I am mayor, I will be sure to make this a safer city for more, less likely ugly ass niggas. And while she was in the middle of that, this lady right here, and I'm pretty sure she has to be, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think, but I think she has to be working for the Ortega, for the Marquez, cartel, because how the heck, you could tell the way she asked the question. She basically was questioning her, like, what evidence did you have that led you to believe that, this person was the one who, was responsible for the murder of Claudia Flynn. And you can just tell by, if you go back and look at this thing, you can tell by her demeanor that absolutely it was kind of personal. Who knows? Maybe she might turn out to be the girlfriend of the Gabriel Ortega guy. The reason why she's doing this, or something like that. I don't know, but she definitely has some kind of agenda. The reason why she questioning her like that. Then the craziest part is they kind of blurred it out. They cut the scene after that. They didn't give us Stacy's response to it. Next, we get to the ugly ass, insane Prentice. They start up, ugly. Whatever they were saying. Somebody let me know what they were saying. I'm just gonna say they were saying ugly, because those ugly ass niggas. Anyways, basically, Miguel was letting them know that the ugly ass Marquez cartel is coming for us. So we need to scrap up. Shoot first and ask questions later. And then some ugly ass nigga was like, why are they coming for us? And basically, Miguel said that these little ugly ass motherfuckers been trying to plant their flag in Chicago. And they know the best way to get through there is to take out the most powerful gang in Chicago. That's you, ugly ass niggas. And I'm just gonna put this out there really quickly. I believe that whoever it was that was questioning Miguel here might turn out to backstab him later on. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. But I just found that a little odd that he questioned him like that. Who knows? That might be how Miguel meet his end. Anyways, next we get to your boy Tommy and Diamond, and basically he was like, what? He was like, you was too late and something like that. And Tom was like, too late for what is that? You better not say the coalition meeting. And that's when ugly ass Janai butted in, was like, the motherfucking coalition meeting. And Diamond was like, it was unanimous. And he was like, what was unanimous? He was like, the coalition voted to start pushing fentanyl. And of course, Tommy initially didn't like that, but he went ahead and went with it because he was like, basically, it could make some money. And I think also he was thinking that this is not, he was also thinking that that him and Diamond have been really butting heads as of late. So he's like, I better go ahead and butt off and let this one, go. And then of course Janard was still on the side being ugly as hell, leaving his little lad with March, talking about Tommy should be thanking them and stuff like that. Basically constantly provoking things. And that's when Tommy, would let him know, okay, it's cool, but what ain't cool is that I think ugly ass Vic the Snitch has been getting homesick because he made a play at somebody made a play at Peter in the albinos or whatever, and shot up the bar. So he told Jannard Lewis dad to go and check it out and see where Vic's head was. And Jannard was like, nigga, I ain't doing that. I ain't your errand boy. You do it, nigga. And basically Dime was like, nah, you go ahead and look there, nigga. It'd be better if you show up as opposed to me and Tommy. So he was like, okay, let's say I do it. What am I supposed to say? And then that's when, Diamond was like, okay. I mean, that's when Tommy was like, I'm glad I figured you would ask that. I got 2 addresses for you. But also, before I go, I think I skipped this. Keep in mind that I forgot this little guy nigga right here now. Somebody gonna tell me. He also mentioned before he left out, Tommy was there when this happened, that Shanti isn't cool with the fentanyl situation, so there might be an issue. And Dime was like, he'll take care of it basically. Once she see how much money they making, she'll fall in line. Just had to make sure I put that out there. Anyways, next we get back to Tommy and Shanti, and basically Tommy is letting her know that your boyfriend has been making plays. We now selling fentanyl. Of course, Shanti went off, and she wasn't happy at all about that. And she started going off and was like, all I did for the little ugly ass nigga, he want to just make plays on his own. He want to put himself around that shit again. And then that's when Tommy started putting 2 and 2 together. He was like, hold on, what you talking about? What that little ugly ass nigga do? And she was like, she basically had to get him off of heroin. He was sprung out, and he was ugly as hell at one point. And that's when he asked, did Diamond know? And Shanti let him know that Diamond was the one that asked him to help get her off it. But anyways, next we get to your boy Bill Sign, and Bill Sign was headed to his car when he was interrupted by ugly ass dude, the ugly ass lawyer dude. I don't know. It's something about him to me. He just look real tough. He ain't did nothing yet, but this man look real tough. Like if he had to, he could whoop somebody ass. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But anyway, he was like, look, you didn't tell us about the Ortegas, about the feds raiding it and arresting, basically Gabriel Ortega. He was like, Stacey is protecting somebody, and then Bill was like, Stacey's protecting somebody, I'll find out who, and then I'll deal with the situation. And of course he was like, you better, ass nigga, because your life depends on it. So next, we go ahead and head to your boy JP and D-Man. So basically, JP was having a moment. He was trying to talk with D-Mac. He was letting him know that, look, when I first told my dad I was gay, and D-Mac was, hold on, nigga, I don't want to hear that. He's like, sit down with this nigga. So basically, he told him the story. Said that his dad basically disowned him for a very long time, for a good little period of time. And they lost it. There's a lot of time that they lost that they can't get back. And he said he noticed that he now was doing the same thing with D-Man. So he doesn't want to do that. So he's accepting him for who he is. If he gonna run the streets, he accepts it. And that he will now be there with him regardless of what he does. And they, of course they hugged. He let him know he loves him. And, basically he should come over for dinner sometimes to meet, to come see him and stuff like that. And D-Mac agreed and said that's a bet. Next we get to your boy's Tommy. He is now getting those Stacey ass. Again, you can tell Stacey just could not stand it and thinking right now. He shows up and let him know, look, basically, whenever he catches a case, he gonna bring it to her, so he could consider yourself his own personal helper or savior or something like that. And he is like, And you know, she rolled her eyes. She's like, man, okay, I gotta get away from under this little lad. This might is hell, bro. I can't stand this shit. But you know, of course, he tipped her and said, I consider you my employee of the month. And then he left. Next, we get on to your boy Diamond. And Diamond is with that little correctional officer, Hoochie. I don't remember her name, but hey, he talking to her and he's letting her know that, look, business is booming. Because she also mentioned that he was now drinking. Like, hold on, you look like drinking? He was like, it's a lot of new things about me. I'm good as hell now. And he was like, we also moving fentanyl now. Don't be pushing them through them jail cells. She was like, hold on, I don't know about that nigga. That shit dropping bodies. And then nigga was like, I ain't asking you to think, like, little hoochie. You gonna do what I tell you to do. Why you talk so slow like that, y'all? Nigga. But anyway, she's like, hold on, you said what, nigga? You gonna do what I ain't paying you to do it. She said, I forgot everything he said, but basically he told her she gonna do what he tell her to do. And you can see the look on her face. She's like, hold on, who this little lad nigga talking to? So she might just make a play on him, I believe, later on next episode. That'll be a different video on what I think is gonna be happening with that. But anyways, next we get to your boy Tommy, and he is having a moment with Maria. And he is speaking to her about basically, you know, him having a boy, and Maria's like, you don't know if it's a boy. And they came up with a few, you know, names. Well, he came up with a few names, and she was like, why you got to come up with all these white names when the Latina gene is more dominant? Anyways. You know, they had a cool little moment, and it was like, as long as the baby's healthy, that's all that matters. Next, we get to one of the bootiest hitters of all time. Like, we don't have a lot of booty ass hitters, y'all, up in Power history. Maybe I should do a video on who was the slowest hitter of Power universe, because it's been some slow ass hitters. But this nigga was booty as hell. Anyways, though, he calling Ortega, right? And they having a conversation. He's like, he wanted to be, he didn't like the fact that Ortega basically wasted his time because, you know, Tommy never showed up. And basically he was saying that you know, that's when Ortega told him that he wants him to also take out Miguel Garcia, and that's when this lady was like, he wants triple for that. And Miguel basically said, that's a bet. Next, we get to your boy Bill again, and now Bill is talking with Stacy, and he's like, look, what makes you so sure that it was the Ortega guy who with the weapon? And Stacy was wondering why this little ass nigga was constantly questioning him. Like, hold on, little ass nigga, why you constantly always questioning me? And then, of course, he had to try to change it up. It's like he just acting like he just was having her back, but we all know he has his own agenda. It's a shame that Stacy didn't live long enough for us to get her reaction when finding out that he was working for, you know, Roberto Ortega. But anyways, next we get to your boy Jannard, and he's hitting up Shanti, and he's asking her, you know, where you at? Been trying you all day. And then, you know, she ain't been answering this little lad. And of course, in the middle of that, in walked Tommy. He's like, look, I need your little lad to deliver that to Stacy at the club later on today. And Jannard was like, look, lad, nigga, you don't tell me what to do. Then that's when Tommy was like, well, do it for your brother. Obviously, you listen to him. So pretty much, Jannard went ahead and came and got the bag, and he just straight up got so cocky now that he just told him, I can't wait to, and saying that he's really gonna enjoy killing him. So this little ass nigga was, feeling himself for real this episode. That's how you know he on his way out. Anyway, though, next we get to your boys, Vic the Snick and Connor. So basically they were sharing a moment, and y'all can say I'm reaching here if you want to, but hey, he did mention the St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? What he say? What was the exact word this lad nigga said? Made a something of St. Patrick blessings or something like that, right? Could that be hinting at your boy Ghost on his way? I don't know that lad nigga. Or it could be talking about Tariq. Keep in mind, Tariq on his way too. Anyways, I'm just saying. So they were sharing some moment, Vic was like some things they did when they was kids. And then of course, he asked them, told him to, he'll be over there, go ahead and check out the view. And then when he turned his back, he shot him in the back. Like the backstabbing the ass nigga that he is. And it's crazy because you've been knowing this guy your whole life, right? That's your homie. You really killed this man to save Ray. Come on, bro. You ate this head. Like, that's some, I'm not the biggest fan of the simp type of thing, saying the simp word, but bro, that's some new high class level of simping. You killed your homeboy over somebody you just met. That's kind of crazy, bro. Now, you could have even came up with another solution. But anyways, this little lady nigga shot him. Next, we get to your girl, Maria, and of course, Stacy has arrived, and she's trying to question her regarding Tommy. And Maria was like, look, Hoochie, Tommy ain't here. And I don't know nothing about no Claudia Flynn, and you're not getting my vote, so why are you here? And she basically was trying to push harder, and then she so happened to see the onesies there and the baby books and stuff like that right here that was on the table that let her know that, so this little hoochie is pregnant. So that's when she decided to keep pushing, like, look, do you really want to have to raise a baby with an ugly ass nigga like Tommy? And that's when Maria kind of got a little threatened. It was like, hey, get your little ass out of our house. So she kicked her out. But she did think about this shit a little later. I was just saying, she definitely thought of it. Anyway, so we get to your boy Tommy and Vic. And now Vic is now showing him that, he took care of the ugly ass motherfucker that was responsible for, hitting the bar, and said that he was basically went rogue and did it on his own. And of course, that was your boy Connor in the trunk. And Tommy basically was letting them know, look, I don't even care about that little bad nigga. You better just make sure this shit don't happen again. When next it's gonna be you in that junk. So next we get to your boy Jannard. He now shows up at the club, and of course he asks for Shanti, and she isn't there. So he asks for, and in the middle of him waiting on her, in walked this sexy motherfucker named Jay. Like, what's up, ugly ass nigga? You wanna play with me or what? He was like, nah, as tempting as that is, but I got a girl. And she pulled out that fanny out. She was like, hold on, ugly ass nigga, you sure? You sure? And of course, he tried his best to hold it down. But, of course, later on, that boy voted. She got that thing, he had it. That boy was dogging her out in the back room. I'm guessing they in the bathroom or whatever. He was dogging her ass out in that thing. They had that ass up. And then in walked your girl Shanti. And that nigga was like, oh baby, nah, this not real. Basically was trying to tell her this ain't real. The bitch jumped me. What you want me to? I should jump you, right? The mind said she jumped it, but niggas be lying they ass. Anyway, I was trying to hit you back. What you expect me to do? But she like, so she just so happened to fall up in your dick, ugly ass nigga. He was like, bang. And then eventually Janelle got tired of it. He's like, man, I'm tired of you always talking to me like that, little hoochie. I'm the king and stuff like that. I'm a boss, hoochie. I'm a boss. And then she was like, you ain't no boss. You ain't no king. You a peasant. You a ugly ass nigga. You a bald head ass, ugly ass nigga. Old hair on with a folded ass ear. Look like somebody been clipping their toenails on the side of your ear. Ugly ass nigga. She started getting on his ass. And then he was like, I don't need you. But I'm gonna say this. It was kind of sad because you know how Shanti was breaking down in the middle of this? Because you can tell really both people didn't really want to break up. More like Jannard, just didn't want to look weak in front of her, but actually he didn't really want to do this. You can tell by how he was saying fuck after she left out. Next we get to your girl Shanti again. Later that moment, she gets her back and goes Jasmine Sullivan on his Lamborghini and destroyed the hell out of that damn thing. And shortly after, we get back to your girl Jay. She's meeting back up with Tommy, letting her know, hey, the little glad nigga was fucking me like I stole his rent money or something. Anyways, Tommy gave her a bag for the job and told her good job. End the story, basically. Next, we get to your girl Stacy. She's having a moment with whoever this little hoochie is that's talking to her. And she was like, basically the little hoochie was letting her know she's ahead of in the polls and stuff like that. And what was her, inspiration for, becoming the mayor and stuff like that. And basically, Stacy told a nice story about how her brother got hit by a stray bullet, and ever since then she vowed to want to protect people that's not able to protect themselves, and that's what led to her becoming, the U.S. attorney. So after that, we get to the family dinner, and basically JP is having a nice moment with the family. He's, talking with D-Mac and Genesis and saying how he's only been only cooking for himself lately, and it was nice to finally cook for somebody else, yada yada yada. And that's when D-Man ends up telling Genesis that, hey, what's crazy, that his dad is gay, ain't it? Like that's different, right? And of course Genesis, she wasn't disappointed or anything. Like she didn't think nothing of it because she too likes girls. With what he finds out, and that's when D-Mac was like, hold on, little hoochie. So you going to Bellman, where it's an all-girls school. What you gonna be doing there, little hoochie? And basically, she was letting them know not to worry about it. And it's sad because they're building it up just for it to all crumble and down. Because we know your boy JP is up out of here next episode. But anyways. Next, we get to your girls. That ain't supposed to be the next one, my bad, y'all. Next, we get to your girl Stacy again. And basically, she is really starting to fall apart. The guilt is really starting to eat into her, so much so that she calls her husband Bobby and let him know that she's been compromised, and he asked if was it Tommy Egan. She didn't answer him, but he could tell by her reaction and how she started to break down and cry that that's who it was. And he let her know, look, you can fix it. You can undo it. And look like that nigga can't hold you down. You always been able to do whatever it is you want, something like that. And he asked her to let her help him, but she said no, she doesn't want to end up risking his career to save her, so let me do this on her own. It's kind of sad because you get the reason why. It's kind of understandable that Bobby let that go, but at the same time, as a husband dealing with something that dangerous, fellas, let me know, would you allow your wife to go ahead and go through with that on her own? Would you have at least told her to make sure she was good. Y'all let me know in the comment section. But anyways, that's how it happened. And that's when she sent the text over to Tommy saying to meet her at 10 o'clock, and this ugly nigga responded, where? Next, we get to your boy Miguel, who was walking down the alley, and he was attacked by the bootiest hitters of all time squad. So this ugly ass nigga and Miguel behind him. He could have stabbed him. This is the crazy part. He could have stabbed him. You know what I'm saying? He could have just shanked him a little bit right there while his back was turned. Or more importantly and more efficiently, he could have just had a gun and shot him in the back of his head. But nope, this booty ass nigga decided to have a wire. Like, it would be different if Bottega said, look, I want him to suffer before you kill him, or bring him to me and let me do it, or anything like that. That would kind of justify the reason why they didn't just have a gun and take him out like that. But this nigga tried to put a wire around his neck. And of course, Miguel did go smooth that he did on Jason, got out of it. And then the slowest hitter of all time right here. We've seen scenes where people accidentally they have a gun. And then, you know, in the midst of, let's say the two people are together and you try to shoot one person accidentally hit the other. That's possible. You know what I'm saying? But how you have a knife and you accidentally stab them? This nigga booty as hell, yeah. This is the slowest hitter of all time. This nigga's ass. Anyways, this booty ass nigga ran. Once he saw that he missed the stab. Not only will you boot, this nigga ran. Miguel ain't got no gun. You a hitter. Anyway, let me get about this, man. My booty's head. Next, we get to your introduction of your girl, Kate. I kind of figured that she would come in this episode, and that's how you know JP is gone too. They introduced Kate again. Right in time for your boy JP to be about it, right? So, of course, she's at her rehab facility where she's, you know, trying to get better with her situation. And then she gets a call from D-Mac. D-Mac basically, you know, was just checking up on her, letting her know that, you know, he kind of misses her and stuff like that, and that he has a girlfriend he wants her to meet. And once Kate told him that she wasn't coming back no time soon because she has to, you know, get herself together, he told her, take care of yourself and, you know, make sure you make it back to us, basically. Next, we get to your girl, Shanti. Of course, she's been manipulated by Tommy. Tommy has finessed her into, you know, seeing Jannar smashing their little hoochie. And that's when Shanti reveals to Tommy that you need to be careful because your days in CBI are numbered. And that's when Tommy was like, what do you mean? Because, you know, things are better than ever. And that's when she revealed to him that Diamond and Jannar were planning to kill D-Mac. The 9/7 situations wasn't just, you know, it wasn't just no random cards game or something like that lick that D-Mac did. They were sending him there to die with the 9/7s. And of course, Tommy was pissed off about that, which he should, rightfully so. And next, he approaches Diamond. He pushes him in the back. Oh no, that's a big ass nigga. You should have had a weapon on you. If you want to go kill him, you should have had a weapon. You could have brought the brick that Craig hit Debo with. You could have brought the 2x4 that he hit Debo with, or something. Nigga. You just gonna go up in there and push this big ass nigga? That is crazy. That's crazy work, Johnny. Anyways, he pushes them, and then Diamond was like, you dare put your hands on me, young ass nigga? Then that's when you know, of course, Tommy was with that loud, crazy white boy talk he was doing. You tried to do that. You tried to put something on my damn field. You did it. Yeah, you know how he be doing. He was like, Then of course D-Mac was like, what you talking about, Unc? He was like, them two tried to get you killed. And then he was like, and then he started going off on Jannard. You out of CPI. And he was like, hold on, my brother ain't going nowhere. What you talking about? You like. Then he was like, you know what? Fuck you. You a piece of shit of ugly ass nigga that's on Skid Row in LA. That's how ugly you are. You are ugly. And then that's when Diamond just said, fuck that. Diamond pushes Tommy down. And then Tommy gets up and it's like that, big man? He's like, yeah, it's like that. That's my motherfucking run. This ain't what you want, Tommy. And Tommy made the mistake to think that was what he wanted. Trust me, it was not. So, after that, Tommy tried to, Diamond swung at him. Tommy ducked and tried to get on the nigga back. What the hell? After that, this nigga, Diamond said, reached over to the went Douglas boys on him. Jannard, get to the table. And he slammed his head to the table. And after Tommy felt that, he tried to fight back. Got a few kicks in, but now, after that, he seen that after he felt that first hit, he said, oh, no, I gotta get up out of here. Yo, a lot of people, and I've seen other fans say this as well, lost some respect for Tommy when he was trying to run. Not only did he try to run once, he tried to run twice. What do y'all think he was running for? Do you think he was trying to go get a gun, a weapon or something? Or was he, what was the reasoning for him running? And then on top of that, you left your nephew in the goddamn room with him. That was really crazy. But anyways, though, Diamond grabbed that ass and said, get your ass back over here. Got him on the ground. But teared his ass up. Then he was like, oh, but he's like, we could have been partners. Because, D-Mac and Marshall started holding him back. We could have did this, but you lied. And then that's when Diamond like, you are the CPI. Oh, I should have never let you go to Chicago. I should have never had you going up. He was like, you, without me, it don't work. I'm the coalition. They don't give a damn about your coalition, nigga. They picked the coalition. That's what they tried to do. They done use you like that, nigga. Like, Tommy, you snitching now. You are outsiders. Them two are brothers. Come on, man. Look how you were treating his little brother. You thought he was going to just keep letting you do that? It was kind of foolish. This is the difference between Tommy and Ghost here. Ghost would have been able to see that a mile away, that there's no way me and him will have a true partnership as long as his little brother is there. Just saying. Anyways, though, next, your boy Ortega makes another call to the bootiest hitter of all time. It's like, and that's when the booty ass hitter was like, the shit went left. He promised you he would get the job done. Also, he was like, he'll give him this for free. Word on the street is Tommy was smashing Maria, and she is now pregnant. So Ortega gives him the orders to take out Maria and the baby first, because he wants to see Tommy suffer, and then take out, Tommy shortly after. And the booty ass nigga gave him his word, but we know his word ain't shit, because the nigga is trash. But anyways, next we get to your boy Miguel. He's talking with Che. He's basically saying, I need you to give me the green light. They came from me, ugly ass nigga. I kept your word and I didn't do nothing. But of course, Che was like, he don't want to get into a war that he can't win. Still looking to peace. And it might be some truth to what my boy CG was saying, that this nigga Che might be working for the feds in some kind of way. It might turn out to be some truth to it. Anyways, next we get to the final scene. Your girl Stacy has now gotten enough confidence to say, look, you can turn in whatever you want with it, man, nigga. I'm not working for you no more. You don't control me. And Tommy was like, over it. He was like, are you done, Lil Hoochie? Get your ass and get ready for business, because I ain't got time for that. And that's when Stacy was like, you don't tell me what to do, ugly ass nigga. You not my master, ugly ass nigga. You don't know who the hell I am. And that's when she was like, you. And she was like, you are under arrest for the murder of, before she even got to finish her sentence. Your ass out. I can't believe that she was foolish enough to think that this would work. So just because you are not afraid enough anymore, and this is kind of right, but I get it, it's TV. But come on. You should have known that this nigga was gonna just let you arrest him. You should have had a whole squad out there ready to arrest him afterwards. That's what you should have done. But you came by yourself and tried to say you under the arrest. You could have just told him, that you're not doing it no more. Then maybe tried to walk away. He may have still not have let you walk away, to be honest. But still, you gonna try to arrest him? That is crazy work. So of course he laid your ass out. And of course he put the finishing touch on it. Now, of course, I believe this is going to spell big trouble for him later, but it is what it is. He had to do it because if not, she was going to try to arrest him. So, pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Definitely let me know what y'all think of the overall of this particular episode. What would you rate it? What do you see coming next? All of that and more in the comment sections. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, but most importantly, make sure you share with your friends. But until the next video, I'm out.